Okay, we should be recording. Okay, so Emily and I were just talking, and we wanted to make sure that we're available to you guys. We know it's a crazy time change and time difference and everything, but we want to make sure that we're available to you and like are here to answer any of your questions. I know I added a couple of the girls into the group that Melanie Mitchell ran for UK coaches. So Emily, if you want your girls in there too, I can add them. There's just a lot of things that happen over there that don't happen here and vice versa. Because I know like a lot of you from like my point of view just have struggling with not getting challengers, but getting those challengers to either coach or to getting working coaches. So we wanted to help you with that tonight too, and then hit whatever you guys need that you're struggling with. So I don't know, we're gonna just like open it up and see what we're struggling with first and start there.
Yeah, that would be great to add them into Melanie's group. Okay. And then, yeah, Megan and I said we'll just ask you guys if you have any questions to start. And then if not, we'll have like a little 4 Vitals thing that we can go over. But we just want to be here to answer your questions and get you guys rocking and rolling. I don't know where Marie went. Her computer must have.
She like froze for a while, so I think that's.
But any questions you guys want to ask us first, or we can kind of just go into a little training type of thing?
Let's do the training, and then it might answer the questions. Maybe.
Yeah.
Kim and Marie, do you have anything that you want us to go over first? Or any questions?
I don't think so. I don't think so right now.
Okay.
I kind of a question.
I've literally just rejoined, so
yep.
the connection went.
No, you're fine.
Oh, again.
We saw you froze, and then then you were gone. I was gonna ask. So I know that Kate sometimes brought up, and I think Bronwyn did too, just about like. I know you said you're struggling with getting coaches. Is it just like getting discount coaches or working coaches or both, or like where are you struggling at with?
Any kind of interest in the coaching. So I've got a couple of people interested, but getting them to commit is just, I'm doing my follow-ups. One of them kind of got back to me and said, oh, I just need a bit more time. It's fine. I'm just kind of leave her alone for a few days. The other one I've followed up twice. They're people I know, and she's just ignoring me. So I don't know whether how often do you keep following up with them really until you give up?
Yeah. So like when I first, sorry, my dog's gonna bark like crazy. The mailman's here. When I first started coaching, I followed up like I feel like it was like almost every 2 days, and then I think part of me realized that people are busy. People don't always use Facebook Messenger or email or whatever like we do. Because before I coached, I never really was on Messenger unless like my mom sent me some weird thing. But so I've actually changed mine to 4 days now. So like I message them on like Monday. And so I did a lot of follow-ups today. And the reason I waited a couple extra days is just because I noticed that on day 2 when I was checking back with them, half of them have not even read it yet. Half of them, like, I don't know, like I don't know. I feel like that 4 days for me was a good time frame to come back and say like, hey, did you get my last message by chance? Or I know we were chatting earlier this week, just to give them time to read it, time to think about it, and then respond. And if they respond earlier, awesome. Then you can talk with them whenever they respond if you want. But I've just been making it 4 days. And so like last week I sent out messages on Sunday. So I did a lot of follow-ups today. And I had just a lot of people that were like, yeah, I was just busy with the holiday. Let me check it and get back with you. Before I used to just get a bunch of people that would like ignore me, like, oh my gosh, he's messaging me again kind of thing. So I don't know, that's worked for me, just waiting like the 4 days. If you have people, I know you put a couple of people in the coach sneak peek, but like if you have people who are interested in the coach sneak peek, get them in there. And then I usually give them 2 days for coach sneak peek, because if they're excited about it, they're going to go through the videos and watch it and stuff. Or just to kind of give them a little bit of encouragement to watch the videos. And then you can always like check back with them, in a couple of days. For us, we had a holiday yesterday, so everybody is kind of I don't know, checked out right now. But I know you've been putting people in a coach sneak peek. So that's probably going to help too. I'm trying to think of anything else.
I can add to that just to like, I agree with what Megan said. And then also just know that it's normal. Like, don't think you're doing anything wrong, because Megan and I still have that happen to us. And we've been doing this for 2.5 years. Like, and it's kind of like, there's a point where, yes, you follow up, because I always say following up is professional. Like, if you don't follow up, it seems like you don't care. Like, you're being a professional by following up. So follow up is important. But then it comes to a point too where I'm not going to keep following up like 2 days, 4 days, 2 days, 4 days, like forever. Then I move them into like a weekly follow up and then a monthly follow up to let them know I'm still thinking of them, but I'm not like waiting on that person. Like, I'm not putting my eggs in one basket or whatever that saying is. I'm like constantly talking to other people. So at 2.5 years in, and like where Megan and I are, we still have that happen, but we're talking to so many people that I'm not hung up on the fact that so-and-so ignored me or so-and-so didn't answer or so-and-so is not interested, because maybe they will be eventually, but I'm not going to sit here and wait for them. So just, I guess what I'm saying is it's normal to have that happen. Like, don't think you're doing anything wrong. It's just, that's what happens.
Yeah. Can I add to that as well?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you messaged me, didn't you, just before the wedding? And the reason that I hadn't sort of got back to you after the wedding was because I hadn't looked at the video. You know, it was about me feeling guilty of not watching the video rather than you chasing me up. It was just like, I need to do that. And luckily you did, because goodness knows it probably would have just forgotten about it.
Perfect. Good question.
Yeah, and I think too, try to just like talk to more people. So if I get a no from somebody, I like go talk to 5 more people, whether I invite them or I'm just like, you know, hey, how was your weekend? I love holidays, because today I'm like, hey girl, how was your holiday yesterday? Did you enjoy it? Did you get to like see family? Are you doing anything fun this weekend? Just talking randomly to 10 people, and maybe they're going to say like, yeah, how did you spend your 4th? And then I can say, you know, I'm gearing up for this new boot camp I'm super pumped about. You know, I can tie it in if that makes sense. So also kind of like what Emily said too, if you have somebody who's ignoring you or says like no or something, I always write them down for next month, and then I don't bother them, you know, until I do like a weekly or a monthly check-in. But like, if you tell me no right now, you're on my list for August already. And so in August, I might reach out and just say, hey, how was your summer? I know it was super busy, you know, reaching back out with them too. So if someone says no, I always think of it as not right now. And then I just put them on the list for next month.
And the people that you are like messaging, you know, you say like message 10 people a day or whatever, are they people that you know already, or just like random people that you find them? Because you must have run out of friends and family now, right?
So I have like 4,000 people on Facebook, and I obviously have not signed all of them up yet. So I have a lot of work to do still on Facebook. Obviously you have people on Instagram too. But what I always say is like, you know, I always say like if they like and comment on your stuff, but then if you ever catch yourself like scrolling your own news feed, if you find somebody, I like and comment on random stuff all the time. Like, congratulations, I'm so happy for you. Or if someone looks really cute, I'll comment and say, I love your dress, where did you get it? And then those people interact back with you, and then Facebook shows them your stuff. And so then like they turn out to be an invite later on. And then you can always message them too and say, like, send them a message and just say, hey, your dress, I really love it. I didn't want to bother you on your post. Figured it would be easier to send you a direct message. And then you can talk back and forth. And if it goes somewhere, that's awesome. If it doesn't, you'll be so surprised next month that she might be back in your inbox, like, to join you. So it's kind of just like like Mel talked at our Colorado retreat about like pumping a well until the water like comes out. And when the water finally comes out, it's going to come out whether you're like continually pumping it or not. It's the same thing with like our business. So like we're always posting, being consistent, always just sending out messages. And then like sooner or later, all of that is like going to just like come back to you. if that makes sense.
Stick with it then, basically.
Yes. And honestly, yeah, I was talking with my husband. I started in October, kind of around the same time Emily did, in like 2015. And I wanted to quit, oh gosh, what was it, like December 20 something? So like 2 months in. And I actually had my biggest month ever in November. But like December, I was like, oh, I'll never be able to surpass what I did the month before. I'm not meant for this. I had so many people that were like, you know, we can't with the holiday coming up and I don't have money and blah, blah, blah. And like reach back out to me in January. And I was so defeated. I wanted to quit like 2 months into the business. It sounds awful, but I just was like, I'm not cut out for this. And then it happened to be that like January, February, and March of that year were like 3 of my really big months. And like, I think too, it kind of goes up and down as you go coaching, but the more consistent you are, the less it goes down. The more it's just going to keep going up that way, if that makes sense too.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't quit before you can celebrate. So I hope that helps a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you want to go into the 4 Vital presentation?
Yeah, I can open it up. My computer was being really slow, so I'm hoping.
And I mean, we can just do an overview because I know all the girls on here know the 4 Vitals, but it basically just goes to show again, like, this is what we do every single day, and we don't do anything different. And this is what we've been doing for 2.5 years. And while our numbers may change, like Megan just said, I like the well and the pumping example because we've been doing this so long that momentum's starting to pick up. But it's been 2.5 years of pumping the well, and that just means the 4 Vitals every day. So really, like, someone said to me at Summit, well, what's the first thing you do to start your business? And like, there's so much trainings and so many videos and so much stuff. And I'm like, all the videos, if you could summarize every single video out there in the Beachbody Champions page and the coach training and an Emerald training and a Diamond training, they all come back to say the exact same thing, which is this, the 4 Vitals. So like, if you ever get overwhelmed, just know every video out there is basically coming back to say the 4 Vitals.
Yeah, and I think like Emily and I do this a lot, but it's really just like keeping it simple, like posting, like messaging those people, inviting them to the opportunity, and just making sure you're taking care of you too. You know, I have a lot of coaches who are messaging and inviting, and people are saying no because they're not posting. You know, like it's kind of like that all the pieces really do come together in like a really big puzzle. And so if you go back to October, you know, almost 3 years ago, Emily and I have been posting every day since then. You know, whether it's 1 post or 3 posts, or back then it was like, what, 7 a day? It was insane. Like Facebook was so crazy. But, you know, we've consistently showed up, and I just tell coaches, like, you know, just consistently continue, like, don't stop until, or basically don't ever stop, but like, don't ever stop, because then you kind of start moving backwards, if that makes sense. So that's why, like, Em and I was talking about like how we're kind of, you know, anxious over our holidays because we want to message people and continue moving forward. But at the same time, a lot of people are out doing stuff, and we know that. But we know that if we're here on social media or in their inbox on Sunday when they're ready to join, we're going to be the first people they reach out to instead of, you know, someone else. So just, yeah, being consistent. But these are just the 4 Vitals, just to kind of recover them. So I'll do the first one, and then if you just want to cover the second one, because you're pretty good at that one. So like the first part, you guys all know this, but being proof of the product. So just make sure that you're doing a program. I know we're getting ready for Lift 4, and so some of my girls are doing the before Lift 4 calendar. So it's lots of different workouts per se, but, you know, find something that you really love and like stick with that. So if you really love 21 Day Fix or whatever program you're doing, and then make sure you're getting in your own like Shakeology or Performance line, depending on which one you're actually doing, and like actually work out and share that with people, like share the opportunity with them. When I say like, what does your storefront say? So if I go to Kim's page right now, can I tell that she's doing some sort of something, you know, that sets her apart from someone else? Is she maybe doing this crazy fitness thing, or is she working out in her basement, or maybe she worked out outside today, or whatever it is? Can I tell that she's doing something? Or can I tell she's having this crazy shake that's in her hand all the time? Or what is this yellow thing she drinks before she works out? You know, just letting people know that you are doing something behind the scenes, but also sharing it with them too. And the way that I do that a lot is using like a transformation. So I share those probably 2, maybe 3 times a week. Just to let people know that not just me are getting results, like our whole team is getting them. So feel free to like reach out to, you know, Emily, she can get you your whole team's transformations. I know that you guys had a post in your team page and we did the same thing, like use those, share those. This is one of my coaches. She got this amazing, you know, result with this program. And understanding too that one thing I struggled with when I started coaching is I thought I had to be like super fit before I could be successful coaching. I always said, like, when I'm this size, I'll be successful as a coach, when really it's kind of like the opposite. Like when you're super fit as a coach, it's kind of hard for people to relate to you. It's hard for people, you know, to say like, either they're saying I want to be like you, or they're like, you don't understand because I look like this and you look like that. So sharing your journey like as you go through this whole process. So if it was hard to work out this morning, share that with people, but let them know you have a group to, you know, work out with and stuff. Transformations can be inside, outside, pants, whatever sizes, anything like that. You can share anything with people, but always just understanding that this is kind of like you need to come first. You have to do you have to get your workout in. You have to work on your nutrition and getting your own results, because to be honest, if I didn't get results with Beachbody, would I still be here and coaching? Probably not. Okay. So like I really needed to make sure I was rocking my journey too. And not just like taking photos, I guess, and just sharing them. But so the first one just being like proof of the product, doing your workout, drinking your shake, sharing it with people.
All right, number 2, and with the transformation photos too, you can use the ones that Beachbody uses also from like the new test group. So they had people already go through Lift 4, and then I've been using their transformations since we don't have transformations yet from Lift 4. So I've been using the people that went through the test group, because and Carl made a post about this the other day. It's one thing to be like, here's the features of this product, 4 days a week, 30 minutes, like all that. But when you actually see the results and the benefits, that's when people want to join. Not just they're like, sometimes they don't care if it's 4 days a week or 6 days a week or how long. They want to see what results they can get from it. So definitely use those transformation posts. Vital behavior number 2 is personal development. This is one of my favorites because this is one of the biggest transformations I've had. I actually came into this business already loving fitness, already going to the gym a lot. I was a dancer, a runner, and I was going to the gym for like 2 hours a day when I first started, which is crazy now to think about because I did a 20-minute workout this morning and I'm in better shape than I was then. But I didn't have this huge physical transformation to show, which at first I worried about that because I was like, well, why would anyone want to join me if I don't have a transformation to show with Beachbody when all these other coaches have these amazing transformations? But one of my biggest transformations has honestly been mentally and emotionally and learning about personal development. And when I first started, I didn't even know what personal development was. I was like, I'm not reading a book. Like, I hate reading. I would watch a movie over read a book any day. But I started with The Slight Edge, and Holly, my coach, as like a little book club, and that was the first book I seriously had read since like 7th grade when we read The Outsiders or something, and I probably spark notes that one. But it made me fall in love with with reading for the first time ever, because it opened up this whole new world to me of like, this is actually what's possible, and that gave me one belief in this whole new vision. Like I had a really hard time at first even believing something like this was true, that this could be a thing, because I just grew up with the whole idea of like, work hard, go to school, get a job, work your way in that job forever. So learning that there was even something different, but then reading personal development it's just like, I don't even know how to explain it. It opened up a whole new world to me. And it seriously changed how I thought about things. And then starting with The Slight Edge, or like the compound effect, also taught me, okay, well, if I want this vision to work, I have to be consistent, because that book is all about doing something for 10 minutes a day. And that's what got me to read 10 minutes a day. So really, you just have to keep doing personal development though, because honestly, I tell my girls, this business is 90% mindset and like 10% the work and everything else. Like if you don't have the belief, if you don't have the confidence, if you don't have the mindset that you need to have, that's what's going to make you quit. That's what's going to, it's not that like this works. We've seen it work. We've seen it work for so many people, but you need to have the mindset and the belief and the confidence and the belief in the company and the belief in yourself for this to work. So personal development is so, so huge. And I honestly like switched everything I was doing at that time because I was still working over 50 hours a week in corporate. I was getting my MBA, so I didn't have a ton of time. I was like, I don't have 10 minutes to sit down and read. Now I did. I made the time. I read 10 minutes before bed every night. But I also changed what I did of driving to work. I stopped listening to the negative news or the radio. I turned on a book or a podcast. And at work, I would just plug in my headphones and listen to a podcast. Or if I was doing laundry or cooking, like everything, like if you don't have something positive in your ears, the negative voice in your head is what's going to be talking to you. So I had to drown out that negative voice in my head and just put in positive personal development. And like I still do it all the time. And the books that Megan has on there are some of my favorites. You Are a Badass is so good. But yeah, podcast, everything. So 90% mindset, 10% everything else. Personal development is something that's easy to skip over, but it's honestly what I think is the most important thing. That's it.
Yeah, I agree too. The third one is kind of the one that most coaches get hung up on. And I think this is something that we overcomplicate. Because talking to somebody outside of the Beachbody world, so if I go talk to my husband about inviting, he's like, why don't you just send this to 20 people and close your computer? And I was like, I don't know, because that sounds so simple. Like, why would I do that? I just like overthink everything. So first of all, if I go to Kate's page right now, oh gosh, feedback. I'm going to mute and see if this helps. There we go. Okay, so if I go to Kate's page right now, can I tell that she is able to help me with something? Is she saying, drop a message, drop your favorite emoji, drop me a gift below, reach out to me? Are you saying those things to people? Do they know that you can actually help them? Because when I first started coaching, I just shared like all day, every day. I was just constantly sharing. And I was like, why is nobody joining me? I wasn't telling them to join me. I wasn't telling them to fill out my application, drop a comment below, double tap, whatever it was. I wasn't telling them to do anything, so nobody was. So then when I reached out to them, they're like, yeah, I see your journey. I just never really had any idea that I could join you. So they actually like signed up on their own, 2 days before I reached out to them. So just letting people know that like you're actually there to help them. So when you share something on your page, how can you tie it into coaching? How can you tie it into your challenge group? How can you let people know that you're there to actually help them? In inviting, you can definitely do this several different ways. I know that some of my coaches are really strong with public invites. Some of them are really strong with private. It just kind of depends on the person that you are, but I honestly would be doing all of these. So like publicly, obviously like on social media platforms, so Instagram stories, Instagram, Facebook, like page, whatever it is. Something that I did, and I feel like I do really well in my community, is reaching out to like parents, coaches, teachers in my building. So I actually have 2 coaches now from my new school, and I just started this year. And so I not only welcomed myself to a new community, a new school, but now I have coaches or parents who are trusting me to join my team as coaches. And so reaching out to friends, family, coworkers, my mom and dad are signed up. My brothers, we're working on my brother. My sister is signed up. My husband signed up. Like I literally just went to everybody I know, like, and trust. And like they call them your dirt friends, like people who would buy dirt from you if you were selling it. Go reach out to those people. I'm doing this amazing journey. I would love for you to come along with me. I've dropped 10 pounds already and I feel so amazing. Do you think that this could be something for you too? And they're like, well, yeah, if you're doing it and having success, like sign me up. So reach out to those people. using Instagram stories. I have Snapchat on here just because I actually have some coaches who do really well on Snapchat still because they have like thousands of people on there. But Instagram stories, you can do videos of your real world and just say, I'm super busy. Here's my workout. Here's how you can join me. Click this, poll really fast, drop me a comment. You can just be real with people and invite them from there. And then obviously like privately, you should be doing this hopefully every day, sending either, text to your new Facebook leads or new Beachbody leads, whether you use email or whatever it is, or personally messaging people, Facebook, Instagram, sending messages to your new friends who add you on Facebook. I literally, if someone likes and comments on my stuff, they get like a copy paste invite, but then after that invite, that's where it gets personal for me. I used to do the whole thing like, hey, Emily, oh my gosh, I love your dog. What breed is he? And like talk to her for like 3 days and then try to invite her at the end. And 9 times out of 10, like our conversation fell off. So I never even got to invite her. Instead, I would just be like, hey girl, love your dog. I'm super, pumped to have dog moms in my new boot camp on Monday. Would you want to join with us? Like super short, to the point. And then if they're like, yeah, what is this about? Then I start talking to them, and then we carry on the conversation about her dog and her fiance and like all that stuff. Versus like before where I was trying to form so many people, and it's so draining instead of just like getting right to the point. But if you are posting on social media, you should have, 5 to 10 invites from people starting to like and comment on your stuff, because you should be posting it hopefully on 2 platforms. Just like post it on one and copy and put it on another one. So I always post on Instagram and then I copy paste it to Facebook. So I have 2 platforms, hoping to get, 2 sets of eyes on both pages and messaging people from there. So if anybody likes and comments on my stuff, I'm probably in their inbox that week, like probably the next day if I'm doing my job. And so it's something super simple, hey, Kate, thanks for your love on my journey. I'm so pumped for Monday's boot camp. Are you joining us? Like, what are you talking about? What boot camp? Yeah, I would love to join, but what is it? Like getting them to like answer you back. And I just copy paste it to like 30 people. And then I close my computer. Like, don't make inviting any harder than it needs to be. And I always just say like the power of 5, like adding 5 people to your network. So on Facebook, I went to my husband's page. I added 5 girls on his page. The next day I went to my mom's page. I added 5 of her friends. Next day I went to my sister's page, added 5 of her friends. Like I just go to friends of friends and I just add 5 and then I'm done for the day. If they add me back, Facebook like lets you know so-and-so accepted your request or whatever. Just go to their page and like and comment on a few of their things. I was taught to like send them a creepy message, but I don't actually do that, because if someone did that to me, I would feel really salesy. So if I add somebody, I don't message them right away because I think that's creepy. If you want to, go for it. I just go to their page and like and comment on some stuff just so they know that like, I don't know, I care about them. And then my stuff will go on their newsfeed. That's kind of how that works. Connecting just means, hey, Kate, how was your weekend? I hope you had a great time. Did you do anything fun? That's connecting. Nothing about Beachbody, nothing about your boot camp, just connecting with people. That's where I get the whole, hey, where did you get your dress? I absolutely love it. Or, oh my gosh, I need to buy this. Where did you get it? Like I send messages like that to people. Inviting, a lot of my invites come from my posts. So if I got 10 likes and all 9 people are already signed up with me, that's 1 invite. So then I got to find, so many more people to invite. So as you go along in the business, you're going to start with like 5 invites a day, go to 10 to 15 to 20, and you're going to see your business grow just because of the fact of numbers. If you invite 10 people, probably 1 person is going to join you. Like that's kind of how it works. So if you want 10 people this month, you have to talk to 100 people in 30 days. Totally doable. It's like 3-4 people a day. So you're already doing that. But if you wanted have big Success Club numbers. So like if Emily was like 52 last month. So she had to talk to, was like 25 plus people. So she probably talked to almost 300 people last month. Okay. So just like upping who you're talking to. And then following up, like Emily said, is professional. So just tracking who you're talking to, and if they say they're interested and you're talking with them, and like Kate asked, when do you follow up with them? Just following up with them, every 2 to 4 days. And then if they say no, then just say, okay, can I add you to next month? Is that okay? Or if they're interested, obviously helping them get signed up. But yeah, like she said, if you talk to someone and then you never follow up with them again, that's kind of when they're like, oh, maybe she just wanted my money kind of thing instead of helping on the opportunity. But just know if they we always call them crickets. Like if no one answers you back, it's not necessarily on you. They're probably busy. Maybe they didn't see your message. I know sometimes if it's a voice message, I actually don't get a notification sometimes. So just, be aware of that. But I mean, for me, just sending the initial invite is going to help your business a ton. I think that's where everything comes from.
All right. And then just bouncing off of that, I used to do the same thing. It used to take me way too long to invite. Like I'd be like, where do I find this person? Who have I been talking to? And I think the business has changed. I think when Megan and I started, it was more of like that, building that whole relationship first, talking about their dog, like all that. And it still is important to be friendly with them. But now it is more of like, you see what I'm offering, you see this stuff. If you like my page, you know what I'm doing basically. Like, do you want to join me, and building that relationship at the same time. So it is more of like a straight to the point type of invite now. And like Megan said, you can bust out 20 in like 5 or 10 minutes, because I think copying and pasting an invite in your own words is not salesy. People are like, well, it's not personal. I'm like, yeah, it is, because it's exactly what I would say, but I would say pretty much that same thing to all these people. I wrote it in my words, but why type it up 20 times? Like, just copy, paste, and send your invites out quickly. I still deeply care about that person, and once we start talking more, I'm going to get to know more about their goals and their struggles and how to help them. But don't let your invites take super long, and don't let them scare you. Kate Morgan says she does like 60 a day, and she just goes on her post and sends out 60 real quick, and then she's done and she shuts her computer. So that was just agreeing with all that. But vital behavior number 4 is recognize and celebrate. And I think this is a big one. And this is something that I've personally struggled with on my own journey of celebrating small wins and small victories, because I'm very goal driven and very I don't even know the right words, but the guy at Summit said it perfectly. He's like, you keep moving your goalpost, and that's how I am. So I think it's really important to celebrate yourself along the way. I'm good at celebrating my people. I make sure to shout out my challengers and my coaches and rank advancements and how many times did you work out this week. So it's really important to do that for other people, but don't also miss doing it for yourself. But it is important to do that for your challengers, for your customers, for your coaches, and just get that community and that culture going of celebrating them. And this is where too you celebrate the people who are working. So we started using those trackers, and of course I want you to hit Success Club and rank advance, but if you're doing the work, I want to celebrate that. I want to celebrate if you filled out your tracker this week, if you did your workout 5 times this week. So just making sure that your people are recognized and they know that you care about them and all of that. So obviously recognition is huge, and just celebrating that, and celebrate it on social media too, and publicly. It says it's okay to share your journey and be yourself, but make sure you are I know it can be hard to be humble and celebrate yourself at the same time, but you're allowed to give yourself a shout out on social media, because I think so many people want that. How many people out there are not confident in themselves, but they see someone else be confident and they're like, okay, I can do that too. So yeah, recognize and celebrate your people, your coaches, your customers, and yourself is really important.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be honest, 2.5 years later, I do the exact same thing every day that I did when I started my business. The only thing is I started with 5, and now, I try to do anywhere between probably 30 invites a day, but I'm still having good conversations and good follow-ups with people. When I did first start, I'll be honest, I had 5 people written down, and I bugged the crap out of them for 30 days until they would sign up with me. And like sold myself short so many times because I didn't think I had enough people to talk to. I didn't think anybody wanted to sign up with me. And then one message like changed my life. I messaged somebody and she was like, I've been following you for 2 months. I've been waiting for you to message me. And like that right there just was like, I need to do this. I need to message people all the time. I need to make sure I'm reaching out to those people who are, you know, liking and commenting on my stuff. And like, it's funny when you go places, people are like, oh, are you so-and-so? I follow you on Instagram or Facebook. And you're like, why are you not messaging me? Why are we not like best friends? Why are you not a coach? Well, some people are scared. Like some people are waiting. I watched my coach for like, you know, 4 months before I reached out to her about the fitness part, not even coaching. And I worked with her and we talked to each other and she never brought it up. She never asked me. So I probably should have asked somebody else, but like I just reached out to her and was like, hey, you're having good results. Like, what are you doing? And so you will have, once you get going, you're going to have people who reach out to you, which is a great feeling. And I'll be honest, like maybe 2 people, 3 people a month, like reach out to me. So not a ton. But I do have people, you know, who like and comment and stuff here or there, but just know that don't sit there and wait for them, but just understand that like the more you show up and the more you're on their newsfeed in their inbox, they're gonna like initially like sign up with you. And if they get really good results and have fun and love it, like they're gonna go tell other people. And then that becomes a referral for you too. So I don't know, hopefully that helps, I guess, with the 4 vitals and just working your business, but don't make it super complicated. Just post, invite a ton, and love on people. Like that's pretty much what it is for coaching. But did that help any? Oh, I muted you guys. Sorry. I'll unmute you now. I don't know. I was getting a lot of feedback. It was really weird. I was like talking to myself and then I was like echoing. There we go.
And then I think it's important to note too, yes, that's what we do every day, but why do we do it every day? So like make sure you make your vision boards and you see the potential that this can bring you. And like I have a mini version of my vision board like right in front of me on my desk at all times. Like we want another puppy eventually, and like I want to go on these trips and pay for our wedding and like help people and like everything. But why do you want to do it? Like what's going to motivate you to do that stuff every day? Because is doing that stuff fun every single day? No. Like yes, I love it and it's fun, and at the beginning it's really exciting, but you have to be consistent about it. So like, do I want to send 25 messages every single day when I wake up? Sometimes no. Sometimes I'm like, yes, I can't wait to do this. And other days I'm like, I'm tired. But then I look at this and I'm like, well, why do I want to do this? And what is this going to give me in the family? And how can I help other people do this? Like, how can we help you 3 do this so you can like live out your dreams? So like make sure, yes, you know what to do, but then why are you doing it? And what's the bigger vision there? And see the potential that this business can give you, because it really is just unlimited potential.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to hit the piece about, so I know like Kate, and I'm sure that everyone else is going to have this question too, but I know like we talk about like ranks and stuff with Beachbody, and I know like our next rank for you guys is to help you get to Emerald. And I know that's a piece that we're struggling with on our end. So I don't know, Emily, if your team does too, but that was just something they were struggling with, was to get people like interested in the coaching opportunity, or getting them to sign up like as that discount coach. And I know like with my 2 that I had, like they were kind of ready to coach anyways. And like to save money too. I think Kate, you were like, yeah, I'm in it to save money. And then you just like dove into coaching. But the other 2 that I had, like they were ready to coach right away.
Kim and Marie both signed up. Pretty much all of my girls in the UK signed up wanting to coach. And I
had a girl this morning, she's from the UK, and she chose customer too. And so I think like I can get her from customer to coach, which will take 30 days, or 20 some days, but still like she'll go through the challenge with us and then understand the coaching piece. I just wonder if like, cause for us, and you guys can help me out, but like for us, like if we just say discount coach, I have people who like sprint and run like the other way from me, cause I said the word coach. But if I say like VIP access or something, I have people that are like, well, yeah, why would you not sign me up like that? And so I have changed my wording a little bit. So I just say like, hey, Kate, if it's okay with you, I'm going to sign you up as a VIP member. And then I explain it to them that they're going to get 25% off their products. I explain to them that they do get cheaper shipping because it's on Home Direct. And I looked it up, and it's like $2 shipping versus like almost $16 shipping. It's insane, like the difference between Home Direct and if you just do a one-time order. And then I let them know that there is a membership for us of it's like $15.95. I just say 16 just to like keep it short and sweet. But I let them know that like that coaching membership is pretty much a wash, or like pretty much, you know, zeroed out with us with the shipping part of it. But even including that membership, I still save probably 20 to 30. I think it's like 20-ish dollars. Like for us in the US, we save like including that membership with the discount and stuff. So, because Aaron and I were doing the numbers the other day, because he gets the Performance Line and I get Shakeology, and so we tried to see how much savings. Obviously the Performance Line is a little bit less than Shakeology because it costs less. However, even with Shakeology alone, like our shipping and the membership, like we still saved, I think it was like 20, it's close to 20 to 30, just depending on Home Direct and those things. But I just let people know that, like, I say, is it okay with you if I sign you up as this VIP? And then when I send the link to them, I let them know that it's going to say finish coach enrollment. And I just say that's just for the VIP access. You don't ever have to coach unless you want to. Then we have a group to like help you be successful. But this is to help you save money. And then I always say, like, I'm a penny pincher. Like, I don't like to spend money. So I let them know that ahead of time too. And I know you guys started coaching, but I signed up for the discount and I never thought I was going to coach ever. Like, I just was like, sure, save me money. Awesome. Sounds good. So maybe rewording it too might help just a little bit. I don't know if, what you say to people or.
I do the same thing. I lay out their options for them. Like I have option 1, sign up as a customer, blah, blah, blah. Option 2, sign up as a discount coach / VIP member. Here's all the benefits, like pretty much the same exact thing you just said. And I let them pick. But yeah, basically exactly. And I spell out the benefits of it's $15.95, but you're actually saving $32 on Shakeology. So you end up balancing out and saving $17. So you're actually just saving money. Like, to me, it's getting them the best deal. And I pretty much say that I'm like 99% of the people go with this option, but it's totally up to you. Like, I basically phrase it as like, why wouldn't you go with this option? Because it's saving them money.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think for us, like what scares people away is when we say like discount coach. People are like, I can't coach. I'm just starting my journey. And actually, like, that's the best time to coach is like when you're starting and sharing it with everybody. But yeah, I think just letting them know, maybe calling it something different, like using that VIP or something, if that makes sense, whatever it makes sense for you guys, but sharing that with them. And then Kate, I was going to tell you and everyone else too, if you guys have customers underneath of you, and let's just say they ordered, because I know, Kate, you had Hit Success Club, so you had people from June. If they want to reorder this month, we could, you know, like cancel that and sign them up as a discount coach for free. It waives like the coaching fee, and then they'll get the discount on that next bag of Shakeology or Performance Line, and they can sign up for the discount.
One of them who signed up for the 2B Mindset and the Shakeology, she wanted me to cancel her Shakeology, so I'm having a hard time getting her to like really get involved.
Yeah. Yeah, 2B Mindset is more, I felt like it was very individualized because everybody's kind of at their own spot mentally. You know, I guess I would just, I mean, you could always encourage her to be using it daily to get the best results. If I message someone and they say like, oh, I have a half a bag left, I'm like, you shouldn't. If you're using it every single day, like you should. So I really do encourage them that, because some people, I'm not sure why, but they don't know that they're supposed to have it every day, even though I'm like, okay, it's daily superfood, get it in every day. Just reminding them and saying like, if you want the best results, have this every single day, like get your body on track and get going. But if you do have any customers who want to continue their product or something like that, you can always change them to a discount coach for free and get their product at a discount too. So.
Yeah, the others were, my mum. I need to try and get my mum's discount coach. She might be an easy one. It's just, I never see her very often.
Yeah.
And the other two are just Beachbody On Demand. They just subscribed. So one of them is really interested in the 2B mindset. I'm really working on that, but she hasn't committed to it yet.
Yeah, and
the
two,
the other one's ordering stuff from Beachbody, like I gave her the link to the containers and stuff like that. She wanted to do one day fix, but I don't think she can afford to do much else. But I think she'd be a really good coach, so I might just keep slowly.
Yeah. And that's too, my sister signed up as a coach because she doesn't have a ton of extra money. I was like, here's the deal. Sign up as a coach, save money, and then go find 3 people to join you, to help pay for her stuff. So that could be an option too for her, just to kind of get started and to pay for her product. But yeah, when I turned Emerald, Aaron, my husband, was one of them, and then it was my cousin. So I'm not going to tell you I got 2 random people off the street to be discount coaches, but my husband was the first person I signed up, and then it was my cousin. So, and that helped too, just because they know you. Yeah. So I think we're doing an Emerald. We were supposed to do an Emerald factory call this week, but our team moved it to next week. So Emily, I know it's the same time as your team call, so maybe we can move it up an hour or something, or just depending on when you guys want to do one. But I think that would be good too, just to give you guys extra tips and stuff on how to like hit Emerald and find those people.
And then moving forward from that, I mean, going to Diamond is just going Emerald like 4 times. Yeah. So it's just like you're doing the same exact thing, same exact stuff, and getting up to those next ranks, and that's going to back to your vision and why, like, going to get you closer to your goals and what you want to hit and everything.
That's Diamond it's not in 1 month, so you can sign up. So that's 8 coaches to get to Diamond. Yes or no?
Yes, essentially 8 people. If you do it by yourself, it's 12. But I mean, you could find 2 coaches along the way. But like for me, I had my 8 people, and then my husband, I built him to Emerald. So for me, it was 10 people because one of my coaches actually like hit Emerald on her own. But like Emily said, like hitting Diamond is really just finding people and helping them get signed up as discount coaches or working coaches. They get signed up the same way. It's just some actually work and some, will just order a product underneath of you. But yeah, you can, I mean, there's people out there who've hit Diamond in like 7 days, 14 days, 21 days. It just really depends on, how many people you message and invite, and if they sign up as discount coaches and stuff. Because I know people hit Success Club and they hit it every month and are still at Emerald just because they don't have like those discount coaches. But if you offer the opportunity, that could help too. So.
And I know Megan did a call on her team page today, and she made a really good point. Like, the first time I hit Diamond, it took me a year and 4 or 5 or 6 months. I don't even remember. Like, it took me that long to hit Diamond. I had all my coaches. I had like 80 coaches or something, like customers, but I didn't have the Emeralds because I didn't know you could like build 2 people to Emerald. But the second go around, so when you hit 2-star and open your second CBC, I need to go back and look, but it took me like less than a month to hit Diamond in that account. And Megan said the same story for her. It took her like 6 months or so to hit Diamond, but then the second time around it was like 21 days. And that just goes to show exactly what we talked about at the beginning, that momentum and the belief that we have in ourselves now is totally different than the belief we had in ourselves when we started, and like the knowledge and everything. So it doesn't matter how long it takes you to hit it, just the fact that you never give up and you do hit it, and then you grow exponentially from there. And you keep growing that belief through personal development, and you keep doing the products, and you keep showing your transformations and sharing your journey and getting people along the way, and then it becomes like a second nature type of thing.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, anything else we can answer for you guys or help answer? I mean, we don't have all the answers, but we can get them for you.
That's fine. I'm good.
Good? Okay, was it helpful, hopefully?
Yeah.
Fingers